warrants of distress were issued that prompted most of the ratepayers to pay. This is evidenced by the comparison of the receipts and payments report of 2024. So that in 2024, that's why we collected most of these funds, and this is attached as Appendix 1. So when we go to Appendix 1 of 2024, you'll see that we did very well on local taxes. The remedial measure chair, management wishes to report that the local authority has updated its contact details of leaseholders on the valuation for ease communication with the ratepayers in order to enhance efficiency in compliance. Then on fees and charges, the cause of query chair, and the collected on fees and charges, management acknowledges the observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the underperformance of fees and charges was on the budget line of hire of equipment, which was as a result of the equipment being engaged on CDF road projects. Further, there was no, I may wish to amend again, there was no adequate sensitization concerning building meat inspection fees. As a result, resistance by most settlers to pay premium fees, as well as some encumbrances on the ground before the council failed to meet their intended targets. Furthermore, council also under-collected market fees due to the markets that were not degazetted, such as Chipwende market. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report that the local authority has engaged CRC funds to undertake the meat inspections, which has increased the revenue collection. Additionally, sensitization concerning building inspections has also been effected. The receipts and payments reports of 2024 is evidence of this action, which is attached as Appendix 1. Remedial measure, Chair. Management wishes to report that the local authority will continue engaging stakeholders on the direct effects that municipal fees have on service provision. On licenses, Chair, it's almost the same story. Chair, cause of query, management acknowledges observation made by the auditor. Management wishes to report that the council had budgeted to collect 628,031 kwacha, but only collected 117,834. This was due to under-collection of liquor licenses, firearm and ammunitions, and other licenses such as petroleum licenses. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the local authority has put measures to improve on the underperformance by introducing a revenue task force. As a result, the undercollection from the licenses has increased in 2024. If you look at this is again shown in Appendix 1. So this, if you look at what we collected...
Can you read what is in the report?
Thank you.
If we want more information, the members will ask you.
Thank you, sir. Then the measure management wishes to report that the local authority has improved communication with stakeholders in order to enhance compliance. Then on levies, cause of query, management acknowledges the observation made by the auditors. Management wishes to report that the council budget to collect 997,203 kwacha from levies, but collected 463,296 kwacha. This is due to delayed payments of sand and bed levies. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the local authority engaged the affected stakeholders and has collected the bed levy from hybrid, who are delayed to make payments. The local authority has revised the sand levy from 10 kwacha to 50 kwacha and has increased the amount collected. Remedial measure. Management wishes to report that the local authority has intensified compliance on all levels by effecting scheduled inspections on monthly basis. Then on permits, Chair, cause of query, management acknowledges the observation of the auditor and wishes to report that the variance was due to non-compliance by others to remit the fee as by law covering these permits is yet to be concluded. The bylaw covering these permits is yet to be concluded. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the local authority has, we may cancel the first one, has agreed, so that it remains, has agreed with stakeholders to collect a predetermined amount before the bylaw formulation is concluded. Remedial measure, so this can be evidence on Appendix 1. In 2024, we collected a lot. Remedial measure, management wishes to report that the local authority has intensified compliance on all permits by effecting scheduled inspections on a monthly basis. Then on the commercial venture, cause of query, management acknowledges the observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the local authority budgeted to collect 130,000 but collected 37,994. This was due to the council bar and kitchen closing to create office space for the increased completion of the civic center, which arrests electrification by the Zambia Electricity and Supply Corporation, ZESCO. This move will enable the operationalization of the council rest house, bar and restaurant, which will result in the increased revenue on this budget line. Then another income, Chair, management acknowledges the observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the local authority budgeted 2.2 million and collected 2.5, in fact, on this one, even over-collected on this one. This was due to an upward increase in the policy rates from Bank of Zambia in the investment in treasury bills by the local authority. But then we had some treasury bills as a local authority, so that was the income from the treasury bills. Then on the local government equalization fund, Chair, cause of query, management acknowledges observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the local authority budgeted 9.2 million and collected 9,032,000. This was due to deductions at source from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development on union contributions and local authority superannuation fund. Thank you. We go to other deliverables. The first query on other deliverables is failure to hold Human Resource Management Committee meeting. Management acknowledges the observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that at the time of the audit, the Human Resource Management Committee was not trained and oriented by the Local Government Service Commission, and this affected the number of meetings which were held in the period under review. Action taken. The Human Resource Management Committee is now fully trained and sworn in by the Commission, and the calendar of meetings is in place, which is followed religiously, and the reports are taken to the Service Commission for action based on recommendations. So we have on Appendix 2. Then on the module measure, the Council is fully trained and the Commission is monitoring the activities of the HRMC to ensure that it remains active. Then on HIV/AIDS events commemorated, so we failed to commemorate this. Management acknowledges observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the local authority had inadequate funds to undertake the activity. Action taken. Management wishes to report that it has enhanced revenue collection measures and will ensure that such activities are adequately funded. Remedial, management wishes to report that the local authority will engage the other stakeholders to help finance also the activity. Sensitization meetings on HIV/AIDS. Cause of a query, management acknowledges observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the local authority had logistical challenges with motor vehicles. Action taken, management wishes to report that it has enhanced revenue collection measures and ensure that the activities are adequately funded. Remedial, management wishes to report that the local authority has planned to hold sensitization meetings simultaneously with CDF supervision activities to reduce costs. Then on gender work policy developed, the cause of the query, management acknowledges the observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the local authority was unable to formulate the policy and it was overwhelmed with decentralization policy implementation and increased constituency development fund. Action taken, management wishes to report that the gender workplace policy has been finalized and completed as seen on C Appendix 3. Further to gazette a cemetery. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation and wishes to state that the Council did not gazette the targeted cemetery at the time of audit as outlined in the table. This was due to ZEMA not approving the EPB which was submitted. Action taken, management wishes to report that the local authority is engaging landowners, especially those near the CBD, to lease land to the local authority for establishment of a cemetery. Remedial measures: in future, the council will ensure all land users are in the development plan. Then on residential plots serviced, this one will refer to addenda. Oh, sorry. What is on addendum is just the attachment. Sorry, to this one. So the answer still remains the same on this one. Management acknowledges the observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that underperformance on servicing and demarcation of plots was as a result of putting on hold the replanning of farm number 217A by Ministry of Lands, Natural Resources and Environmental Protection due to inadequate funds. Action taken, management wishes to report that follow-ups have been made as to when the exercise can be carried out. This is evidenced by our correspondence with the ministry on the matter. These are the ones that are now we've put under our addendum, the supporting documents. Remedial measure, management wishes to report that the local authority has proposed a cost-sharing approach to lighten the burden on the ministry, and that the funds would be recouped by the sale of vacant properties. Then fire equipment, management response. Management acknowledges receipt of a query regarding the variance in the achievement of the target under fire protection services, specifically the purchase of fire equipment. The shortfall in achieving the target was primarily due to a lack of sufficient financial resources at the time of procurement. As a result, only a few equipment, including uniforms and rescue lines, were deferred. Second, management assures that unachieved fire extinguishers have been budgeted for in the 2025 financial year, and procurement will be completed according. Attached is proof of budget allocation for the pending fire equipment purchase on Appendix 4. Maintenance of roads maintained. Reason of the query: management acknowledges receipt of a query regarding the variance in the roads maintenance targets during the reporting period. The shortfall was due to the adverse weather conditions, as the onset of the rainy season affected the scheduled maintenance works. Roadworks, particularly grading and graveling, cannot be effectively executed under wet conditions due to compromised soil stability, increased waterlogging, and potential material wastage. Proceeding with maintenance during heavy rains could have led to substandard work and increased cost due to repeated repairs. Action taken, management confirms that the road maintenance resumed and was completed after the rain seasons once conditions were favorable for quality and durable. The remaining roads were successfully maintained. So this is Appendix C, where we have seen that, and this is supported further by the pictures now in color that we have under our addenda. The installation of street lights. Management acknowledges receipt of a query regarding the variance in the installation of street lights, where the target was 4 but none were installed during the reporting period. The shortfall was due to insufficient financial resources at the time, which affected the procurement and installation of the planned street lighting infrastructure. Given the technical requirements for proper installation, such as procurement of poles, fixtures, cabling, and associated electrical components, the unavailability of funds resulted in the unavoidable delay of the works. Action that we have taken, management confirms that installation works have since been carried out as resources became available. The planned streetlights have now been successfully installed, ensuring improved road visibility and public safety. Attached is proof of completion as Appendix 7, which which again is supported by, we have put a color picture now on our addenda. Then failure to hold management meetings. This one now we refer, our answer now is on the addendum that we have circulated. Failure to hold management meetings and reports prepared. Cause of query: management acknowledges the observation of the audit and wishes to report that at the time of the audit, the council was not able to produce minutes of the meetings of management, and that meetings of management were postponed and later skipped due to leadership challenges, as there was no substantive council secretary at the period under review. Further, there were gaps in the department charged with the responsibility to produce minutes. Action taken: the council is now fully fledged, with all positions filled, with an officer given charge to ensure that meeting minutes are taken and stored, with action taken reports taken seriously. Remedial: a calendar meeting is now devised and followed by the council. Failure to maintain toilets at Chisamba market. Cause of query: management acknowledges that during the inspection, the state of the ablution block at Chisamba market was found to be deplorable and not in use. Following the findings from the inspection, the council took steps to address the issue, doing the necessary internal repairs and maintenance works on the ablution block. Upon completion of the works, the toilets were restored to operational status and have been in use since then. However, challenges with water supply have persisted due to the reliance on electricity provided by ZESCO, which is frequently interrupted by load shedding. Action taken to provide a sustainable solution: the council has included a budget under the ZDSP program for the construction of an additional ablution block. This new facility will feature a water scheme powered by solar system to ensure consistent water supply on both structures. The new infrastructure will not only address the issue of load shedding induced water shortage, but will also cater to the growing population at the market, particularly during the busy Monday market day when there is an influx of traders. The council remains committed to improving the sanitary conditions of Chisamba market and ensuring and Bus Station Act. So see Appendix 8, which we have even put in color on our addenda now. Failure to register Chisamba Town Council staff with local, the management acknowledges observation of the audit and wishes to report that the local authority was unable to register the staff because the said premises were being used as a civic center at the moment. Management wishes to report that the local authority has resolved to relocate to the new civic center following the completion of the civic center, which awaits electrification by ZESCO. This move will enable the operationalization of the council rest house, bar and restaurant, which will necessitate the registration of the same. Then we move to cross-cutting issues, which are the queries on appendices, Chair. So Appendix 1 is on the audit opinion. In 2022 we had qualified, and 2023 we had unqualified. So cause of query: management acknowledges the observation of the auditor and wishes to report that the qualified financial statements were as a result of wrong balances brought forward from the previous years. Action taken: management wishes to report that the local authority requested the Office of the Auditor General to restate the financial statement from 2018 to 2022 in order to correct the brought forward balances. The permission was granted, and the financial statements are now, all the financial statements are now have unqualified opinions. This can be seen on Appendix 9. Remedial measure: management wishes to report that the local authority will ensure that financial statements are prepared in accordance with the stated guidelines and procedures. Overemployment. For this one, we go to the addenda on page 2. Overemployment, cause of the query: management acknowledges observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the mandate to recruit officers on the queried position is the preserve of the Local Government Service Commission. Action taken: management wishes to report that the local authority has been engaging the Local Government Service Commission to resolve the query and the Commission has since responded by realigning and upgrading one of the affected officers. The letter was received on 1st September 2024 as per attached. So this one you have even attached on the appendix on in this the same addendum, just at the last page of our addendum. Then the other query is on outstanding statutory obligations of 8,148,000. Cause of query: management acknowledges observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the failure to pay the statutory obligation by the local authority was due to the low revenue, and the local government equalization fund is insufficient to meet the wage bill. Action taken: management wishes to report that the local authority is in the process of repossessing plots. These are residential, commercial, industrial, and small holdings funds that will be generated from, and funds that will be generated from this activity will be used to settle the debt. So on appendix 10, we've put the advert that even appeared in the newspaper, in the daily newspaper. Remedial: management wishes to report that the local authority is in the process of introducing bylaws of bed and milk levies in order to improve the revenue base, and also engaging the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development to increase the local government equalization fund. Appendix 23, failure to establish disposal site. Management response. Cause of query: management acknowledges the auditor's observation. The council budgeted and approved funds under CDF to start the process of securing land and get title for the dump site at Kasuko, which was being used by Chiwambo, and I think we should have used by Chiwambo and Chisamba. The idea was to upgrade this dump site to an engineered dump site. Negotiations started so that the two local authorities could partner and come up with an engineered shared dump site with all necessary requirements. However, there was no positive feedback from our sister council, Chiwambo. Action taken: the council has since secured land on its own, prepared the EPB, and secured and submitted to ZEMA on 17th July 2024, and the decision letter by ZEMA was given on 8th January 2024, which has approved the construction of the dump site. The procurement works has since begun, so we have put this as Appendix 11, the letters from ZEMA to support that. The measures: in future, the council will ensure that land is secured for dump site and necessary approvals are gotten in before starting to use the dump site. Failure to settle staff obligations, 446. Management response. Cause of the query: management acknowledges the observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the failure to pay the staff obligation by the local authority was due to the low revenue, and the local government equalization fund is insufficient to meet the wage bill. Action taken: management wishes to report that the local authority is in the process of repossessing plots that are residential, commercial, industrial, small holdings. Funds will be generated from this activity will be used to settle the debts. Remedial measures: management wishes to report that the local authority is in the process of introducing a bylaw of bed and milk levies in order to improve the revenue base, and also engaging the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development to increase the local government equalization fund. I submit, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, before I take points of clarifications, I wish to recognize the two honorable members that have joined us. Honorable Member for Usakili and Mufumbwe. Kaumbwe. Kindly introduce yourselves.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning to you. Morning, honorable members. Morning, Secretariat. All our permanent witnesses. Witness, good morning to you and welcome to the Committee on Local Government. Kalobo Pavyuma is my name. I represent Usakila constituency, K20 the Copper Belt.
Morning, Chair, the permanent witnesses, and Chisamba, welcome to your committee on local government accounts. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwenza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbo constituency in Petoke District of the Eastern Province, and member of this committee. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable Kamondo, your question?
Thank you, Chairperson. To start with, I want to register my disappointment to you that Chisamba Council should have done better. When you look at their document, it's not all that, as compared to other documents that we have received. The submissions that we have received are supposed to be like this. But when you look at them, first of all, you have to struggle just to use your common sense in order to look at the appendices. And some of them can easily come out. Not only that, but also on the front of the information that they have provided to this committee. When you look at the evidence that they are providing, the font itself, maybe the council secretary and his team, I think they are okay with their eyes and they are able to read everything, but we have been finding a lot of difficulties actually to get what, even at night especially. Me, I failed to read this at night. So I think that is my displeasure that I will show. Maybe you take note. However, maybe I just have one intervention because I couldn't actually go beyond that. What I managed to read, that is what I read. Failure to, on page 18, no, 16 and then 17. I take you through the chair. When you look at the amount that is owed to various institutions, ZRA and others, you can agree with me that it's quite substantial. But the reason the comfort they are giving your committee is that they have two ventures that they are looking at, and it's actually copy and paste, where the remedial measures are the same with the other one, failure to settle staff obligations. When you look at the staff obligation, there is only 446,000, and the other one is 8.1. And also when you look at the evidence that they've provided, it is very restrictive. I take you to Appendix 10. Appendix 10, the evidence that they want us to believe and which is going to support this query, this public notice, which they only did on the 20th of January 2025. And also, they've also given us another evidence, the amount of money that they paid to Zambia Derma. Chairperson, how does this evidence help us? Even the committee, is the committee really excited and thinking that Chisamba Council, they are very serious? Look at the reason that they are giving. How they wish to settle this through the same approach, if I may ask them now. Because I don't have the information. Had they given us the information, I was not going to ask these questions. Now I have a lot of questions to ask, which will be wasting our time, most of our time. One, how long have these statutory obligations been outstanding? I don't have that information. I wanted to get it from them. And when did you last attempt to pay some of these obligations? And also they are talking about the wage bill. That the wage bill, even the local government equalization fund, who is not able to tackle these problems, because all the money goes to pay their salaries. I want to find out what is their total wage bill and how much of equalization funds. And also, Honorable Chairperson, you are aware that our government, your government, also decided to give them the 20% which was going for capital projects, so that it is able to help them actually settle some of these obligations. What is the time when they were using the 20% for capital projects, and this time that they are no longer using the same 20% for capital project? And also I wanted to find out, what is the total amount of money that you expect to get from these non-developers of those plots? And why did you take so long to talk to them? And you just waited for the external auditors to come and start questioning you over this? I think for me, I end there, maybe.
Yes, CS, you may respond.
Thank you very much, Chair, through the Chair. Chair, I would like to apologize on the font size of our report. I think we had challenges on printing. I think we had even to come to Lusaka to do the same. I think we had, in short, I would like to apologize on the font size of our report. Then when you look at the advert, what has the advert got to do with the issue of raising a revenue? Because the advert, we've provided that advert to say now the step that we've taken. We have a lot of plots that people are just keeping, and which is a lot of money. If we repossess those plots and get the plot premiums, if you look at the plot premium, we didn't perform well because of the same people are not paying, but people are not developing, people are not paying their balances on plot premiums. So that's why we decided to do that advert. And once we just move in, we are very sure that we are going to collect some substantial amount that will assist us to pay some of these debts. Then I'd like to say, Chair, that when our debt, the statutory obligations are historical. They date back from the time Chisamba became a district around 2012. So this has just been accumulating. Chair, I should mention that even as I'm answering this, I think I will even be now bringing out information as about the wage bill, and the like. Chair, for now, what I would say, what I would want to inform the committee, the wage bill for Chisamba, and that's a net. The gross wage bill for Chisamba is 2 million. The net wage bill as at now is at 1.4 million. This is after now we have received some new officers from the Local Government Service Commission, and there was an increment, if you may recall, in January for all members of staff. So this has pushed to our net wage bill. So for us to pay just the net, we need 1.4 million. Our generation capacity of on-source revenue, Chair, is at 550,000 per month. So when you look, then the local government equalization grant that we receive monthly is 796. So roughly I would say 800,000. I think 800,000. So if you subtract 800,000, Chair, 800,000, then and the net wage bill of 1.4, that's a 600,000 deficit to pay only the net. The nominal, the revenue, the on-source revenue, we are talking about 550. So it's not, it's a dire situation that we are in as a council. We have even written, I think twice, we wrote to the Local Government Service Commission, to the Ministry of Local, to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government, to say kindly consider at least even an upward adjustment for the Local Government Equalization Fund. But we have been told to say you have to think outside the box. So that's what we have to try now to do, to think outside the box, Chair. That's the kind of situation that we are in. But nevertheless, the box might be too big, but we'll try our best as a local authority to think outside the box, and we started doing that. The first thing is the issue of the plots. Then from there we have got issues that the bed levy, I think we had even mentioned last time that we are proposing, at one time the advert even came out, the bed levy and milk levy. At the moment they are at regulatory impact. We are developing a regulatory impact assessment, which we are going to submit to BRA. That's where we are. Then also we are engaging we want to utilize the Momboshi Dam for fish farming. We feel we can venture into fish farming as a council. There's a partner that we are approaching, Aggregate Network Limited. So we hope that we can put, the MOU has been done, we are still studying the MOU to them. If we have to look at all parameters, perhaps even send it to Attorney General so that they advise if that MOU will favor us as a council.
Why did you take long to put up the advert for repossessing the plots?
Chair, the Director Planning may come in to assist me on that one.
Yes, Director Planning.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, the plots we are referring to, these are plots that were advertised in 2020-2021. And I have to mention that we had a challenge because of the disputes we had with the people who are settlers there. This is the forest which was gazetted, which is Munyama. So we gave first priority to the sitting tenants, who are these settlers, to pay for those plots. So it has taken long because I think we were giving them extensions. So now, looking at the challenges we have at the moment, we said we can't keep on extending. These were settlers, yes, they were given first priority, but they are not paying. So this is when now we've moved in. I think the reason why it has taken long is because we are dealing with people who were settlers there and they've refused to pay to the council. So this is when now we just want to repossess and offer to, I think, people who can pay the council.
Follow-up questions, Honorable Mweni, Honorable Kamondo.
Thank you so much, Chair. I'm wondering why Chisamba Town Council should be troubled with resources, because I know very well that Chisamba is an agricultural area. Apart from the fish farming they are thinking about, what other activities are you thinking about? And why are you taking that long? From 2021 or so, you have never ventured into any financial generating activity. You are just merely and completely depending on equalization fund. Meanwhile, the local farmers there are busy making money. You as a council, you are just there in offices with the air cons. You are not thinking outside. No wonder you were told to say, can you think outside the box? Yes, and indeed, all councils must be thinking outside the box. You do not need to think outside the box. Can you please think outside the box? And that must be very fast. Look at this year, for example, we have had very good rains. If as a council you cultivated, wouldn't you make money? You would. You would make a lot of money and be able to liquidate your what? Your statutory obligations and the staff obligations. Now, if I may ask again, Chair, when does the council intend to offset these statutory obligations as well as the staff obligations? The issue of saying no funds, no money, that one cannot be accepted, Chair, because it's like someone who has committed a crime, Chair. Even when you don't have money, you are expected to pay. Where the money will come from, it is a matter of thinking outside the box. That's how you'll be able to generate the money to help yourself with. So when are you going to settle these staff obligations and the statutory obligations? And when are you going to implement the projects that you are thinking about outside the box? Those are my questions, Chair. I submit.
Thank you so much. Honorable Kamondo, you can add, but not 6. Maybe you can add 2.
All right. Earlier on, actually, I just wanted to start the ball rolling because that is the problem, Chair, we have. If our witnesses do not provide the information that we require, we are tempted to ask so many questions.
Yes.
We don't want to speculate and to think on their behalf because we may think wrongly. So, like earlier on, I thank my brother actually, he has asked some of the questions. Because Chisamba Council is not giving us hope. If you look at what they are doing, I earlier on asked, when did they last attempt to pay? That question was very important. It would have shown that indeed Chisamba Council, they are committed to making sure that these staff obligations are sorted out. Then secondly, I also asked them, even the reason that council secretary has given, it's not exciting us. Because when you talk about these plots, I asked you, why should you wait for the external auditors to come and tell you, now this time around, can you think bigger than the way you were thinking? You didn't answer that. And also, he's saying no. I don't know, maybe I didn't get him right. He's saying no, from these, it's because these are cetras there and it was gazetted. So you just thought of those avenues when the auditors came. That's when you started thinking. Because I think if you had attempted to do this earlier on, you would have started actually committing yourself to this. And there is no actually settlement, I mean, the way you are going to do it. No, there is no plan at all. But you are also contradicting yourself. These people, they have been there, they have not paid you, they have not done this and that. What is it that is going to change now to make them actually start paying? Because these, according to them, they are saying, we have stayed here, we've been living here, these are our villages. And you still want to go to them and even tell this committee that we are going to get these monies from this and that's when we are going to settle these statutory obligations. Can you tell us something else? Otherwise, this one actually is like a non-performer activity. And also, finally, I wanted just to find out, if you are still insisting that indeed you are going to get some substantial amounts of money, how much are you expecting to get from these money developers, according to you?
Yes.
Director Plan, how much? Maybe Director Plan can assist me on how much we're expecting, because they have the database on the
Director Planning?
Thank you, Chair. I think according to our database, we are expecting to collect about 6 million from those plots that were offered and they haven't been paid for.
When are you paying the statutory obligations? Is a question from Honorable Mwen.
Thank you, Chair. On the statutory obligations, like I said, we are even struggling as at the moment to pay the net salaries. Like I mentioned, our generating capacity as at the moment is 550,000. The shortfall just to pay the net is 600,000. So that's a predicament that we are in. But nevertheless, like Chair, I would like to assure you that we are working round the clock as management to think of avenues where we are going to. I think I mentioned some of them, like the fish farming project, which we are, even the memorandum of understanding, we have it in soft copy. We are still studying it. Then we have to send it also to Attorney General so to advise, because these are contractual issues. Then also we mentioned about the issue of the bed levy and milk levy. On bed levy, like you said, Chisamba is an agricultural area and we are endowed with agriculture, and that's where we can maximize on revenue. I can tell you, Chair, that Chisamba, there's about annually we have over 5 million chickens that are reared in Chisamba. By hybrid, they've got a big farm in Chisamba. CRC, they are outgrowing for roast breeders. Then, so over 5 million birds. Out the alliance, So we're looking, that's why we're coming up with now the issue of the bed levy, because, our proposal was 15 way. If you took at, we looked at 5 million beds by 15 way, then we'd get about a 2.5 million. That would really boost our revenue as a council. So those are some of the avenues that we are looking at, and like I said, at the moment we have started that process, and it's a process which cannot be overnight. We have to take...
You had indicated to this committee that you're in the process of producing this bylaw last year.
Yes.
How far? Where are we with this bylaw?
We are at the real stage now. After we complete our real stage, because stakeholder engagement, you still have to have a number of meetings with the stakeholders. Then after that, because even at the 15 way, they are refusing to pay the 15 way, saying it's too much. So we have to agree a rate that is lower than the 15 way. That's why the problem that we have. Then from there, we have to send to BRRA, then to the Minister for approval. Then now same with milk. Milk, over 12 million liters are produced by Zambia.
When are you completing this issue?
We should complete this process by, we can put a timeline of 30th June, we'll be through with our bylaws.
We don't want you to come back and tell us this story. There's some things you are saying now. You said them last year. And I would want to see that you increase your revenue base. Because Chisamba, just like you have put it, half of the milk that the country consumes comes from your district. The beds that you're talking about, we can't continue talking about a bylaw, in the process of formulating a bylaw without an end. Yes. Can we move to other questions, honorable members? Honorable Dr. Manza.
Thank you, Chair. Well, let's take the committee to page 3. The council, there's unutilized funds that are carried over. So you have explained that the carryover funds was due to the timing of payments for equipment procured in the previous financial year. The council had committed funds for the purchase of essential equipment. However, as per the agreed terms, payment was structured to be made upon delivery, which occurred in the following year. You've referred us to Appendix 1 for the evidence on what type of equipment, what was the price, and the delivery terms, to confirm the delivery terms. Would you guide us or take us through on page 1, on Appendix 1, where this evidence is to show that the 815,000 which was in the account was meant for this purpose? That's the first question. The second question is on page 10. Maintained roads. From your status of 2023 implemented status of activities, item number, the last item, you have, during the financial year under review, you've done 10. What are the units of these? Is it percentage or is it kilometers?
Thank you very much, Chair. It's kilometers.
So you have done 10 kilometers out of the earmarked 16 kilometers. Where is the schedule of these 10 kilometers that you've done? I've just seen a picture that was taken, I think, at a junction or something like that. But the people of Chisamba would like to know these 10 kilometers, is it one road or it is in various parts of the area? how many kilometers per section. And yes, for now, let us deal with these two.
Yes, you may respond.
Director of Finance may come in.
Yes, Director of Finance.
Thank you very much, Chair. I would like to refer you to page number 22. Of appendix
22?
Page number 22. We have a continuation of Appendix 1. We can go to line number 11, where there is other services, constituency development. We can see the budgeted figure of 30 million. Page 22.
On Appendix 1.
Appendix 1. It's a continuation of Appendix 1.
Let's look for page 22. It'll be faster. Yes, Director of Finance.
So we go to number 11, line number 11, where we have other services, constituency development. We can see absorption of CDF sitting at 21,117,929 kwacha 66 ngwe. Chair, we provided this as evidence to see how we spent the funds that were unspent from 2023, which were carried over into 2024. I submit, Chair.
Honorable Dr. Manza. On the schedule, before you come in, yes?
What the question on the schedule?
Where is the schedule of
The roads.
The roads, yes.
The roads that we worked on, the roads in question that we worked on as a local authority chair is the township roads. We did the township roads.
Was it one road or it
Not
was...
township, we did the number of roads in the township. Yes.
Honorable
So we did I think over 16 kilometers has even been done now as at to date. Except that when you look at gravel roads, it's periodically you have to maintain them. With these rains, when you go there, it would look as if we had not done anything. But we had done, so we had put culverts and bridges within the township, and we had done something. Thank you.
Honorable Dr. Manza, follow up.
Before you leave on those, since you have given us colored pictures of the part of the 10 kilometers. Now we are talking of township roads. The picture here, are these the township roads? They are bituminous.
Bituminous to chair. It's gravelly, grading and gravelly.
The Chisamba town. Okay. Yes. When we go to appendix 3, page 3, you have explained that the balance, the carried forward funds actually amounting to 3,076,272. You have since spent the funds, but you had the balance of 815,916. This 800 was earmarked to pay for essential equipment. This essential equipment is based on the agreed terms. The agreed terms were that you'd pay on appendix on page 3. It is stated the carryover of funds was due to the timing of payments for equipment procured in the previous financial year. The council had committed funds for the purchase of essential equipment. However, as per the agreed terms, payment was structured to be made upon delivery. So this 815,916 was earmarked for this to meet the conditions, payment conditions for that equipment. We want, and you have referred us to appendix 1. Appendix 1, I want to see what the list of that essential equipment. What is that equipment? Is it road equipment? Is it office equipment? That, and also the purchase order with payment terms and your payment voucher to demolish this 815. That would be the essential, that would be the vital information that we should get on Appendix 1. Now you are referring us to this page 22, which is just showing that we don't even know where these funds, where the 815 is absorbed. Anyway, how do you? What is that essential equipment, and where is the purchase order, so that we check the payment terms that they were amounting to 815, which was earmarked for this particular exercise. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, Council Secretary, you may respond.
I request Director of Finance.
Director of Finance.
Thank you very much. Just allow me to bring a bit of context to the cause of query. When we spoke about the equipment, we're talking about funds brought forward from 2022 into 2023. This is 3 million. The 800 was for projects that are overlapping into the following financial year, 2024. That is why we could only bring receipts and payment to show the absorption of how funds were being utilized. For the 815,000, this was for projects that overlapped into 2024. And evidence was we provided the receipts and payment, which shows how the absorption of CDF is moving. That is why we gave that attachment. But as for the equipment, this was coming from 2022, and the payment was done in 2023 for the 3 million. I submit, Chair.
What is and where is the list of that essential equipment? That is the question.
Chair, maybe we wish to apologize that we didn't produce the list, but I think if I remember when I was presenting, I'd mentioned to say, at one point I'd mentioned to say the equipment, the amount that the list of the equipment is 2. It was a compactor and the water bowls, and the total amount was coming to 2,927,750. That's what was paid. This we may still we may produce this evidence later, Chair, if required by the committee. Thank you.
You need to submit that evidence. When a query is given, especially for unspent funds, the committee would like to see the list of the ongoing projects. If you are referring that these were to be paid upon delivery, you take a photo when they were delivered, and even if delivered or not, for the committee to appreciate that these equipments were delivered. Okay?
Noted, Chair.
Yes, so submit that information to Secretariat. Any other question, Honorable Members? Yes, Honorable Perfume.
Thank you very much, Chair. I've seen the CSC saying the wage bill is too huge for Chisamba Town Council. But I've observed on page 16, Appendix 15, on the overemployment of staff. So, and on the cause of query, they are telling us that management acknowledges the observation of the auditor. Management wishes to report that the mandate to recruit officers on the queried position is the preserve of the Local Government Service Commission. And on the action taken, they are saying management wishes to report that the local authority has been engaging the Local Government Service Commission. So my first question is, CSC, you didn't know that employing was a mandate of the Service Commission? Number 2, if you knew, why did you decide to go against the law? 3, why did you have to employ beyond your capacity to remunerate these employees? Chair, those are my 3 questions because this is a self-imposed problem.
Yes.
Chair, I think that question, how I can tackle it, Chair, I can say, like we have mentioned, Chair, to say, these members of staff are only sent to councils by the Local Government Service Commission. They are the ones that employ them. So what we do now, in fact, what we are doing now as a council, as Chisamba Council, when the Local Government Service Commission sends a person, then we find that that person they've sent, there's already somebody on that position. We're immediately writing a letter to say, redirect this person, because the positions are already filled. So, Honorable, through Chair, through yourself, Honorable, the question is that we are not the ones as Chisamba who employed this. They were employed by the Local Government Service Commission. And this is one position. When you look at the query, actually, it's just one office, actually, because the position should have had one person, but there are 2 officers, of which that person now has since been realigned, and we have put a letter from the Commission to answer that question. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, Honorable follow-up, Honorable Paviuma.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, me what I'm meant to believe that each particular council, according to their setup and their area, should have a structure. If they are to deliver services, they should develop a structure highlighting different categories of officers. Now, why should the Local Government Service Commission send the officers without you requesting? Because you must have a structure for you to deliver. You know how Chisamba is, and how many officers, even the correctors, how many, according, because you have to do that mapping and give the Local Service Commission. So maybe guidance maybe from the Local Service Commission, Chair.
My guidance is that the Local Service Commission will be appearing as a witness before we end our session.
Okay, then we take note.
I propose that you can hold to that concern,
guided.
which you can address to them. Chisamba Town Council, we want to appreciate your appearance before the committee. Your council has been highlighted in the Auditor General report with the operational setbacks, and these key issues include underperformance in revenue collection. The council failed to meet its revenue targets due to inadequate sensitization on fees, resistance from settlers to pay plot premiums, and delays in market reclassification. Number 2, unspent funds. Budget allocations remained unutilized due to delayed payments for essential equipment and slow implementation of planned activities. Number 3, non-compliance with legislation. That is failure to maintain Chisamba market toilets and register the council rest house with PACRA. Number 4, overemployment of staff. The council continues to struggle with an excessive workforce impacting financial sustainability. 5, waste management issues. Failure to establish a designated disposal site in a timely manner. The committee would therefore want to recommend that number 1, you improve sensitization on fees and levies, enhance tax compliance, and strategize revenue collection from Chipwende market to enhance your revenue collection. Number 2, on project implementation, expedite ongoing infrastructure projects including the civic center electrification and streetlight installation. ZESCO has got an office within your district, and I believe as the head of department you engage with the head of ZESCO. We recommend that this is done immediately. Financial stability, ensure timely utilization of allocated funds and develop structured debt repayment plans. Number 4, service delivery enhancement, strengthen sanitation services, particularly in markets and public places. Lastly, you need to expedite the implementation of the bed and milk levy. The Ministry of Local Government kindly help Chisamba Town Council to finalize this bylaw so that they can enhance their revenue base. Chisamba produces half of the milk that we consume in the whole country, and they need to benefit from this business activity in the area. And again, you mentioned about fish farming. You have the Momboshi Dam. Why don't you tap from the available resources that you have as a council to put fish in there and fish fingerings, and then instead of engaging an outsider, you're able to do it. Be a player than a spectator. We would like to see councils being innovative to enhance their revenue base. Time for crying that our wage bill is huge. You have immense opportunities in Chisamba. Even last time I said the same thing. So we would like to see you being innovative, implementing measures to enhance your revenue collections. We want to remove the immunity that was conferred on you at the beginning of the meeting, meaning that what you say beyond this point is now according to your discretion. The meeting is officially closed. You may take leave.
Okay.